Hello, good morning, and welcome to day 98, 108 days of initiation with me, Sara Marie. I'm initiating myself, my voice, my purpose, my mission, my relationship to God, my everything. Today, the topic is about being misunderstood, and all of a sudden, my nose is itching. So this is a transmission, and it's a transmission that I've been in the process of this topic whole morning. It has been connecting to the discoveries, and so it's all building from yesterday, whatever I was talking about then. So it's all building, and so from the abandonment wound, there is because. So I have somehow connected the abandonment with the energetics of being misunderstood. And what I realized is that it's connected. So being misunderstood can also be, so this is how it is for me, that I don't feel like I've ever been seen in the truth of who I am. And I realized that these are connected because I was never seen in the truth of who I am, and that was never. So the masculine energy is here to give us the confidence, and the yang energy, like I can do this. This is like I got this. It's okay to be who I am. And that is reinforced by the parents. But if that's never reinforced, then I'm showing up in a way where I'm not sure of who I am. And because of my energetic setup, I have also been able to take on a lot of identities and energies from other people. And I think that a lot of people are able to do that. And that we do that also in a sort of way of people pleasing, that we can create personalities and habits and behaviors around deeper layers of the people pleasing. So I can see, and this is where, so this has been touching a layer that I didn't know existed. And that, yes, that's what I was touching upon yesterday. So because I'm doing this, and now today there's no resistance because now this is coming through and I really want to share it. So if I'm willing to work through the growth, the resistance of the growth, then I'm expanding. And that I know that. So that's why I'm deliberately putting myself in this position. But now I'm realizing also that this way, the need for being authentic in my expression is to try my own voice and be my own masculine support system in that. So it's like it's a rebirth of the self. But when we grow up in that type of energy, we become parents for ourselves, and we step in and give ourselves what the perfect parents that we had, gave us. So it's just, we need to complement. It's like they did one part, and whatever they did was perfect because that made me exactly who I am today. And if you're sitting here working on these things with me, they are definitely a blessing, because now you're on the edge of discovering something that is way beyond whatever you've been through, because what the level of hurt that you've been through, you are equally capable, capacity-wise, for equal amounts of abundance. So if you look at, okay, the challenges that I've been through, if there is if universal law, balance. So if I've expanded this much to this side, then I have the ability to expand equally as much to the other side. So the only way that I can see this is as an opportunity. And I am so grateful for the amount of capacity I've had to this side, because I'm now looking at the capacity to this side. So coming back to the topic of being misunderstood, it's like when we become the expression, the true expression of who we are, we unlock the vibration of who we truly are. And when that resonates out into the world, then we align with everything, and whatever is supposed to be ours is attracted. And it doesn't get much cooler than that. So if I just realize that, okay, I haven't had the ability to be myself yet, so I'm not misunderstood, I'm just not fully expressing the truth of who I am. There's a misalignment with the truth of who I am and how I'm being experienced in the world. Hey, Lucky. Thank you. I know. She's so sweet. So it's all connected. And as I am showing up in the truth of my being, I'm also allowing myself, I'm holding the space for myself through this process, and looking at myself with love and compassion and care for the work that I'm doing. And I'm cheering myself on, and I'm dealing whatever comes up in the process, because I'm facing whatever I experienced that made me believe that I had to protect myself by shrinking to fit. So it's all connected. And the way that was imprinted in me was through the abandonment, and that I was alone all the time. And I'm also a hermit in my human design. So how is that connected, that I was, so alone? So I've created misaligned ways of connecting with other people, because I wasn't given a safe structure to expand in and find my feet on the floor. But that's how life is created. So now I'm realizing I'm not misunderstood. It's just a feeling of that something is wrong, but that's not it. And then when that disappears, something falls off. So I did a internal alchemy session on this topic, processing it in real time, and I recorded it because it's going to be inside of the internal alchemy product, like learn how to do the internal alchemy, the physical internal alchemy process that I do. So I was able to record that in real time, and I can see the physical change in myself from that, and I can still see it in my face. There's something in the eyes, there's something in the expression, and all of a sudden it feels like I look like there you are, like I remember you, like I know this person. And then I wanted to come on here and share. So all of a sudden I am in the truth of my being, because I leaned into the process that my body was telling me to create, make this promise of 108 days. So God communicated through me in full alignment with my soul, because my soul and God is one. When the drop realizes it's an ocean. Do 108 days. but I don't know. Something's going to happen. Trust me. Okay. And here I am, looking myself in the mirror. And I'm starting to recognize myself. I don't know if that's not a miracle. I don't know. That I am the one to guide myself home. There's just such a absolute full circle beauty moment where life just becomes so I don't know, I just can see the beauty of it. I understand why we are here. Because it's the arrival to something that it's like yeah. So the plot thickens. This is what I mean when I say I think I'm onto something. I can feel it. I feel I'm getting closer. And I'm the only one who can say that I have arrived. And that is why I don't know with this. Everyone is like, you have to speak like it already happened. There's something that is, no, it's like you have to feel like it already happened. What you speak is the truth. If it hasn't happened, it hasn't happened. Now it happened. Because I spoke to the truth all along the way. But we all have our different truths. So if that works for you, you do that. There's nothing right or wrong. We all find our way. Oh. Well, ain't that the perfect start of a Saturday morning? It's 9 a.m. and I have been through the adventure of a lifetime in the 5 hours that I've been up. 4 hours. So, and today we're having people over. This house loves, life and play, and it's just life force, and it's so it really is designed to bring in what we're bringing in today. So we're inviting over friends. There's a family, and they have 5 kids, and they're just extraordinary. All of them in the family, and that's going to be so much fun. They're super physical and just super playful, and yeah. Oh, my whole body is opening up. Thank you for allowing myself to, I thank myself, I thank you, I thank God, I thank everyone, because this process is absolutely extraordinary. And the fact that you're here with me is even more extraordinary. And I love it so much, and I'm so grateful. And I don't know how to even put the words into how magnificent this is, and how my life experience is changing as I'm walking through these parts of myself, allowing the resist. It's like there's a lot of resistance to push through, but when you push through, everything that is not you disappears. So it's like, if it's more resistance, then I just push harder, because I'm like, It's just the core of my being that is going to come through. It's the sword of the sword in the stone type of metaphor. It's like only the pure heart can remove get the sword out of the stone. It's like only the pure soul is allowed through. So whatever I kind of put on along the way because I didn't know better or because I had to protect myself, then that's what I had to do, and that's fine. And I forgive myself and everyone included, and I have compassion for that. And then I can let that go and allow that to fall off. And then it's just me left. And as I'm becoming me, my whole world is opening up. My heart is expanding. I can feel joy in a way that I just have never been able to do. I've only been able to access manufactured joy for longer periods of time. There's always been, and that was my road, and that's fine. And I'm super grateful for that. So when we can turn the negative into our positives, that's just when we become full circle. And that's how you ascend beyond, the right and the wrong, the victim and the villain, all of the things that we've been talking about. Is like, that's how you transcend doing that. Because when you're not emotionally attached anymore because of a previous experience, you realize that experience is who made me today, and then I'm grateful for it, and then you ascend it. But you have to work through it. As long as it's there, it's always going to play tricks on the mind and the belief system to believe that it's that there's another truth that is not a reality, because that's what happens. The unprocessed gets a life of its own, and it creates it still runs the show in the nervous system. It still plays out in different ways, and it affects the thought patterns and the way that we move and the way we act and the way we trust and the way we love, the decisions we make, the people we collaborate with, the people we're not choosing what is aligned for us, and that creates problems. And those problems are our way showers. So the challenges are our teachers. It's the compass. So it's like, when it opens up, it just opens up. That's what happens. So yeah. I look completely different. I feel like I look like a completely different person. Yet, this is someone I've known all this time. But maybe I look exactly the same to you. I don't know. Okay. Now I'm going to go cook and prepare and fix and play some music, have a nice vibe, pool party, kind of. I said, bring pool animals if you have. The response was, we got 5. Okay. So we're going to have some fun. And Simba is just a big child. So, this is, happiness. Fire element, natural emotion, happiness. Feels like I don't want to hang up. Energy is just moving. I don't want to. I can hang out here with you all day. And all the eye massage, and it's just paying off. It's worth looking weird for a minute. It's like someone said, succeeding is on social media is allowing yourself to be vulnerable enough to show who you are and allow yourself to evolve in front of the world. If you're fine with doing that, then then someone said that, and I was like, okay. It's like these realizations that I've had on the way, because I've been observing so many people for such a long time. And it's all about following your own. So because I did that, I see that what she says fits. It's not that I tried to do what she did. I followed my own, but in the process of doing that, wow, I did not expect that she would pop up there. I was like, what is that? Oh, okay. So as I am noticing that, what did I notice? No, so in my own process, I noticed, because I picked up on that, because she said that one time, and I was like, huh, interesting concept. That's what I thought. And I could like, yeah, I could see that happening. I could see that. And then when I wanted to create this, and now I remember her saying that and realizing, I understand what she means. And this process is that. So yeah, just interesting how it works. Okay, so if you enjoy this, please like and subscribe, follow my work. That would make me super happy. And it still feels weird. Do it because it makes me happy. No, if you like it, follow. If you don't. Just realize that it makes a difference. That's how it is. I got my first unsubscribe yesterday. Didn't I say that? Didn't I say that? Did I say that? I had 88, and then it was 87, and now it's 88 again. It just is what it is. So if people like me, they will follow and subscribe. Maybe they need a reminder. Maybe that's it. Okay, remind you that if you would like to subscribe, that is possible. If you don't want to subscribe, that is also possible. Cool, huh? Everyone's multiple truths. Everyone can move exactly as they wish, and nothing is wrong. Love that. Love that for us. Love that for us. Because if it doesn't feel right for everyone, it's not true. I don't believe that it is. There is a way. There is a way for everything to align in harmony. Right? Okay, and now I'm just all over the place. Welcome to my world, as everything is just unfolding in my life. If you would pop in and ask me to speak, I would be contemplating different things and be observing, have it's like I'm watching life in real time, and I'm observing it and putting pieces together. And so whenever you pop in your head, that's like the mad scientist. That's the two line, the mad scientist, the genius. That's what they say, that if you have a two line, then you have something that you behave a little bit nutty about, because you're just immersed in an aspect of life. I think the two lines are the ones who are immersed in an aspect of life, and they have the ability to come back to the world and share that. So mine is the life experience in itself, and right now I'm specializing in internal alchemy. 8 years ago, I was specializing in detoxification, regenerative detoxification. I was immersed in that for years and years and years and years. And I could speak that as a fluent, holy water. I can't do that anymore. It's gone. I can only speak to what's available right now. So if I'm ever, and this is why my soul has told me to document my whole journey from day one, but I didn't have the guts. I think we removed a lot, but if you look back to like 9 years ago, 8 years ago, there's videos, there's this pop-ups. I tried. I knew that this was the way. but I was ahead of my time. Or no, I wasn't ahead of my time. I just started digging, and it was a long thing to dig through. That's what it wasn't ahead of my time. It just took me all these years to get to the point where I am now, where I can sit freely and document my journey like the Indiana Jones of human potential as I am. And everything's coming together, and I'm just running around like a big fat I told you so to I don't know who. I don't know who I have that attitude towards. I told you. It's like, who did I tell and who didn't listen? I don't get that yet. Because God would not, I mean, I'm like, okay, did I do that to God? No. No, because God would just say, yeah, yeah, yeah. That would just cheer me on. So where did I get that? Ah, okay, I got a stuff happened there. Did you see? I went in to look at something. Okay. Interesting times ahead. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, so whenever you would pop into my world, I am currently exploring something, and this is what I do. I just explore, and I've always been doing that, but from another perspective. And I don't know if I will continue to do that forever, but as long as I am, I will keep documenting because it is valuable for someone. So then I leave it here. And if you want to go deeper with me, then I am opening up rooms and spaces that is currently representing what I'm going through and what I'm learning about, and what I can document. Like, okay, this is I know this to be true, so okay, let's document this and then move on, and then we go to the next, and then the teachings will be in there, and they will be accessible somehow in real time as it happens, or as a thing that someone can access. And that's how it's going to work. So the internal alchemy that I am creating, so that I'm pre-recording, but the transmissions are in real time, but I'm creating a product so that when someone steps in, there's already a process to go through. They don't have to wait for me to get into the mode, because that's what happens sometimes when I'm in that kind of creation. I have to wait for the body to create it, and I did that one time, and I don't want to create these open-ended containers for people, because I don't know when my body is going to deliver it. So I'm structuring my rooms in different ways around topics where I can teach and lead in real time. So there's different ways. So the internal alchemy will be released at some point as a pre-recorded experience where you learn how to alchemize, where I really show you how I alchemize. So I walk through the whole process, and there's multiple recorded processes in there, and that's really good. And then I have the sensational, so that will be my body connection course. It's like the fundamentals of everything that I do, where the body is the gateway, and we're going through the sensations, and it's the foundations of the life force, kundalini, and the sexual energy awakening. But it's also the yeah, it's the initial body connection gateway. This is the first one, so it's going to be 8 weeks. And you can join the live experience, or you can access it. It will become a paid product, so the people who are in there will have access to me in different ways during this process as I am doing those transmissions. And then it can be also accessed as a self-paced process. And then you don't have access to the conversations that we've had in the process of making it, because that's only available for the people who are accessing it live. So that is going to come up maybe in 3 or 4 weeks. That's the live is going to start. So that's going to be 8 weeks. So those are the two things that I'm documenting it as I'm moving through it, because as I'm moving through it, there's something else that is going to be available for me. So that's how I move with the rhythms of the in-depth teachings of what I do. And here is where I show up and share my transmissions and other levels of the teachings. In the 108 days is a lot of focus on myself. And then I have the other playlists on my YouTube channel where I can give wisdom and transmissions on other levels. So I'm slowly starting to build a little universe, and that was one of the main reasons why I started this project in the get-go. So there was 3 things. Launching myself, I'm checking on that. Launching my brand and like working with me and the structure for that. So that was also why I had the 3 things that I wanted to manifest, and I knew that starting the launch of 108 days would initiate all 3. And then the third one is to get in shape and to get in strong connection with the physical body and really build that up. And that is the internal alchemy, the process that I'm sharing, because I'm also using that to as exercise. Because when you open up the physical body and release the emotions and the false imprints and all of that, the body realigns itself. Physically realigns itself. It's like God moving through, and it's like meeting on top, and they become a dance. It's like the Shakti dance. And the physical body rearranges itself around that. So that's the process of me doing that myself. So that is how I manifest all 3 of these things during my time, or during these 108 days. So that's a little bit of a checkup of where I am in my own process. And after the when in the 108 days, I will give a little bit more. I might do some sort of summary on some sort of topic, but since the physical manifestation of the third, like getting in shape, that is so connected to the physical manifestation of my body. So I'm going to see if I have some metrics on the 108th day. I might step on the scale and see what happens, a little bit, and see if I can measure clothes or something like that, because there's a lot of things happening in the body. And so that's because it is the 108 days of initiation of myself. And after the 108 days, this will become my own. It will be a podcast type of. I will continue to show up basically in this format and share my progress and my findings, and then I will open up for space and rooms and one-on-one sessions for people who want to dive in and explore different aspects of this, but also how to apply it in your own world and how to open up yourself. So there will be group rooms, like where you do it with other people, but joint spaces with others is not for everyone. So some people would like to have just my full attention, and then we can go very deep on certain topics. And that's where the one-on-one sessions are for. So everything is starting to have a structure, and everything is starting to fall into place, and I can feel that within myself, and it's the greatest feeling in the world. It's the absolute arrival of home, and it feels like it's like the feeling is like I have what I was looking for when I was a child. And that's what it's all about, to create, to recreate. It's like it's filling the piece of a puzzle. And we all have that. If you're here, then that is not fulfilled yet. And you give that to yourself by allowing, the body to reorganize itself around itself and clearing out the misunderstandings of the past. Because there are no misunderstandings. And when you come back you come home to that, and then you feel whole. You feel like a whole person. And then you feel like the family, because that's just, you have that feeling inside, because you become that for yourself. Because that's who you are. So I'm not misunderstood. I just had to find myself home. Now I'm going to go cook. Thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow. Ciao.